Welcome to video 2. This is iLearnCode. In the last video we learnt how to create a new solution and add a console application to that solution. In that we then created a console that could write text to itself. In this tutorial we're going to create a new project, so click File, Add, New Project. We want to create a new class library, and the name of that class library is going to be VB class library, and click OK. This is now added in the VB class library that we can see here, and below it is a class1.vb, which is just a class. We don't actually need that, so we can go ahead and delete it. If we right click on VB class library, click Add Class, VB class, and name it Film. Go ahead and click Add. This is going to add a film to that VB class library. And it will then open up a new window where you can specify the parameters for this new public class called Film. We're going to go ahead and create some fields and properties for those fields. Start off by typing private. Private means that the fields are only going to be available within this class. The first field is going to be called _ID. Reason for the underscore is to show that it is a field, and the value of that is going to be stored as an integer. If we go ahead and hit enter, we want to then go and create a new private field called a released. That's going to be as a date, so it's a date it's been released. A new field called stock as an integer. This is going to be the amount of stock we have. And finally a private field called title. This is going to be saved as a string, which is just a text. Now these are all of our fields saved. However, they're worthless without any properties associated with them. To set a property that's going to be available outside of this class to the web solution, if we go ahead and type public, followed by property, followed by the property name, so we're going to call it ID, open bracket, close bracket, just means that there's going to be no arguments passed into that property, and we're going to store it as an integer. If we go ahead and type get, this will now create the getters and setters. Just what I did there, I typed get and then hit enter, and it populated this code here. All that we've got to fill out is what it's going to return. So it's going to return the _ID, which is the field name for ID, and then in the setter we need to show that the field ID is going to be equal to the value of the result. Finally, if we type byval space in here, this just means that the value cannot be edited. Okay, so that's one property created for ID. If we go ahead and create 3 more properties for the rest of them, so a public property released, open bracket, close bracket, as date. You can see this is I'm getting hit from date. Go ahead and enter, type get, hit enter. In here, if we then, let's get rid of this debugger, get and enter will populate the code. We want to be returning the _released, which is a release field. In the setter, we want the released field to be equal to the value, and go ahead and set that as a byval. Next property, public property stock, open bracket, close bracket, as integer, as we can see here. Hit enter, get enter, populates the code. We want to be returning the stock field, and we want to be setting the value of stock to the value. Finally, one last property for the title. If I could spell, open bracket, close bracket. This is going to be stored as a string. Go ahead and type get and enter. Scroll down a bit. Get, we want to be returning the field name for title, which is title. In the setter, we want the value of title to be equal to a value, which is there. And again, go ahead and set that as a bioval. Right, just to recap, we've set the fields up here which are private. They can only be accessed within this public class film. And then we've gone and set the public properties of those fields: ID, released, stock, and title, with the getter returning the field, and the setter setting that field to the value of that property. In my next video, we will be actually creating an instance of film and applying all the properties and setting them.